more of a controversial topic, but Trevor Bauer is cooking in the Mexican League. Obviously, all those charges and everything, he never got charged for them. They all got dropped. I seen one of the accusers just got sentenced. So, you know, and there's players in the league right now who have done things, right, that kind of are along those lines and they're still playing.
Yep.
But you also hear a lot of stuff that he's like a crappy teammate, right? Like people don't like playing with him. He's just a bad guy, just in general. Not those things that he was accused of, but just in general as a teammate, he just sucks. Do you think, so we can just get this conversation over with, is there ever a chance he's going to come back? He's not necessarily old yet. He's still got some time if he wanted to really have a guy. He was decent when he played. Do you think there's a chance Trevor Bauer comes back to the Major League Baseball, or do you think there's zero chance?
I won't call it a zero chance. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
I think, again, I know I talked about the Astros a lot, but talk about what you know.
right,
When when the Astros went and traded for Roberto Ozuna a few years ago as the closer, like that was a PR firestorm,
right.
and that was not good. So what if a team does ever decide to take a shot on Bauer? The PR is going to be working overtime. Their PR team is going to be in for a long bout of nights. So I just don't know if any team is going to see it as worth the publicity angle, unless it's maybe a middling team that's like, hey, we need to start selling tickets, like attendance goes down.
Right.
But I don't know if any contending team. The Astros are a great example, right? If they were going to go for him, like they would have already. So
Yeah.
I think he's too volatile. It's too much of a cancerous situation. I don't know if, at least not this season, at the very least, but I don't know if he's ever going to get a shot
Yeah.
again.
And I say it because there's guys like, I mean, you mentioned him earlier, Ozuna, right? I mean, he
Yeah.
had these issues in his past, and I know they're behind him and he's playing well, but it's like, we've seen teams overlook these kind of things if, they felt like the person is better now than they were or whatever the issues were. So I just wanted to bring it up because he is still trying to come back, and we know
Yeah.
teams will get desperate. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and teams will do things that out of left field that we didn't see coming. But
Yep.
I think you're right. I think it does come down to like, is he worth the headache? You kind of look at it like, to relate it to football, like Colin Kaepernick, Tim Tebow, these kind of guys, where it's like they don't have to necessarily be bad people. It's just there's so much of a distraction. Like, is it worth whatever they may bring positive? You know what I mean? And so I'm
Yeah.
not putting them in the same lane as him, but just like that same idea where it's like, just from a media standpoint, from a PR standpoint, like, is there too much that comes with it that, the team doesn't want to deal with? You know what I mean?
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't see any of these big market teams probably being willing to take a shot, just because then the
Yeah.
microscope gets even tighter.